Hello everyone, and welcome to the Hungarian Grand Prix. So then, hopefully you will have already seen the qualifying video where I managed to qualify all the way up in second place, and this is of course the race video for Apex Online Racing, the league race videos. And before we get started, then let's have a look at the championships as it stands. So I managed to move into the lead of the championship now, of course. Quite a few points ahead, 36 points ahead now. So hoping for a good result here and hoping to pull that gap even further if I can, but not all that hopeful since the Hungarian Grand Prix is certainly not one of my stronger tracks, but with only being not far off in quali, hopefully I can get nice and close in the race and hopefully even take care for that. Would be amazing. But I think the best opportunity is going to be in the first corner, as we'll see. So jumping straight in there, this is the strategy. So option, prime, and 6 laps on the options, and then what's that? 9 laps on each set of primes. We'll take them to the end of the race then. So here we are. There you see confirmation, Kiffer on pole, me in P2, and I think it's Firkin just behind me. I think it is. Yes, it is. So 2 McLarens, first and third. I'm up in second. Going to lean while I sit on the grid here. And then I'm going to go to absolutely full rich mixture and full throttle start then. And I believe Kifler just gets a slightly better start than me there. I believe that's because his connection is slightly better, so he just gets started a couple of tenths of a second before me, not much. But that's then to just pull away there, so probably better get him. But no, he's going to go to the inside. No, he's not. But I can't quite doubt the inside there. That just wasn't happening, so I just need to try and make sure I keep this second position now because Firkin's having a look on the outside. A lot of swoops on the exit. Can use the rest of my curves as well then. And that should be enough ahead of these guys. Going to come to the inside here just to make sure no one has any funny ideas. And that's worth doing for sure because that's enabled me to stay up into P2. So hopefully now just concentrate on Kifler ahead, not on Firkin behind. I do need to be at least P2 really if I can. A little bit wide there for me, but even wider from Kifler. That's then to gain right up on him. He's lucky there that wasn't a long straight after this corner. Bit of a gap to Kifler now. Sorry, to Firkin. I managed to cruise up on Kifler. All over the curb. That bit it will spin. Still just trying to get used to this heavy car. See the engine's starting to overheat already. Not really have much high speed stuff yet. That'll cool down in time. And lots of dirty air. I managed to get through there right. I just need to try and not cut and extend too much. Because of course I will get a penalty for that if I do it too much. And still about half a second to each then. It's all pretty even at the moment. Too deep there, lock me inside wheel, see if I can get a better exit to compensate, which I can indeed, over the curb a little bit. Oh, almost on the grass there. And still just trying to settle into this race for now. Lots of swoops on the exit there, and this should cool the engine now down this straight. Nice, lots of high speed. Lots of air going into the side pod to cool the engine. And relatively short gears there, almost in the rev limit already in the slipstream. Had a stab at the throttle there to make sure Firkin didn't want to look at the inside. And the engine's still overheating, but hopefully that'll still cool down over the course of the race. Am I on I think I'm on rich. I think I'm on standard. So there we go. Engine's still complaining. I'm on rich at the moment, so that would explain that. We'll be going standard soon. Engine heat doesn't really make a difference, I don't think. It probably makes a small difference. You're already starting to cool down. As soon as you get off the power there, it cools down. And I don't think engine heat makes a huge difference to anything. I mean, imagine if you overheat it too much, it will start to damage the engine all over the curb. They're too deep there. And it probably reduces life, but the life doesn't make a difference in these league races. Only something like career mode when you actually have to change your engines and things. So at the moment, Kifler's manages to just edge away from me a little bit, but I'm in his dirty air still, so not too much can be read into that, to be honest. Still just 6 tenths back from him, so I'll take that a little bit deep there. He's gone even deeper than me there. I've gone very wide there. And poor corner from both of us there. Still too deep in that corner. Still not quite settled into this race just yet. And he's getting much better speed than me through there. It's quite a wide line there, then tightens it right up on the apex to get a nice exit. I'll take a different line to him there, which is making me struggle when I cross his dirty air line. So 7 tenths in front and 7 tenths behind then. So I'm pretty even to now, then skip from lap 2 to lap 4 then. And managed to stick within 7 tenths, and Firkin just 8 tenths as well, so it's all very, very close still. And I managed to nail that corner a bit sweeter this time. That was a lot better. As Kifler's actually pitting then, so he's pitting really quite early. I was due to pit lap 6, he's pitching lap 4, but I'm not going to get enticed in by him, not just yet at least. And managed to get some DRS there as well, which is nice. And I've actually waited all the way till lap 6. I did consider pitting the lap after, but I decided no. In the practice races, there wasn't a huge undercut, but there was a big difference by having slightly fresher tyres. You see my tyres are now destroyed. Front left and rears are particularly gone, but that should enable me to push a bit harder later in the race. So we'll see how that works out. I imagine Kifler will be ahead of me by how much we get to see, but hopefully I will have fresher tyres I can then push to try and get on them and hope I don't get held up by Firkin here. It's entirely possible. Going to primes, of course. And no, I didn't. And oh, he's in the box, that's right. So there we are then. 3 second stop. Can't ask much more than that. There's Kifler going past, and it's Uma, I think, coming next down the straight. I should be ahead of him. Firkin's managed to lose a place to him though. Firkin's tyres are much worse than mine, hence me being able to pull that 3 second gap. And yes, so I'm still in P2 then. So that was definitely worth doing, because I now hopefully should be able to close Kifler down by pushing. And a little bit wide there, but we'll get away with that. So again, just trying to adjust these tyres now. Got a little while on these tyres, 9 laps. And tyre weight's really quite high on this track. It's not pretty. And that was pretty sweet. A little bit wider than I'd like, but not bad at all. And we now managed to close it all the way down then. That was about, I think it was about 2 or 3 seconds there. Missed it, unfortunately. But that was on, what, lap 7? And we're now on lap 10, so it's only been 3.5 laps. And we managed to close him right down, so clearly got a lot more pace than him. So we just try and get him as soon as possible. Couldn't get the inside there, so again, just in the dirty air. Look how much he gains on me. He's probably got higher wings than me, but even so, that's a lot of time to gain. They've all gained some on this DRS, but not enough to get him nowhere near. And 2.5 seconds to Uma, so managed to pull out a nice gap to him as well. And so this is for the lead of the race then, DRS now as well. Again, going to be way too far back to get him. I just need to try and stick with him and try and do the same thing next lap, but be a lot closer to him and get the move done. And I've only just caught up to him, so we've not missed anything. I think it's the first time I had DRS as well in this stint. So again, just need to try and know his corners. Oh, bit of a corner cut there and an extension. That was a poor line for me there, turned in way too early. Compromised my line heavily all the way through there, but just 4 tenths there before that corner that was. So very, very close to him. Just need to try and stick with him now. All over the curb there. Bit of wheels for me, got some too. And just in this dirty air, it's so difficult. He's ran very wide there. That surely must have put him on the brakes. Maybe not. But won't be far back now. And oh, right, but it's dirty air. Didn't run too wide there. She got away with that. Saving some cars, but using quite a bit there. Just 4 tenths back now. So if I can nail this final sector, I might be able to get him in the DRS zone. It's looking good for now. Look at this. Nice and close. All in his dirty air. They can't avoid it through there. Now it helps me though with slipstream in the straights. And trying to look at the inside here, but no. And again, they just sort of cuts me off effectively. Look how much he pulls out there on the exit. But I've got DRS now and a bit of curves there. Only just half a second, so 3 tenths up on last lap then. Going to be too far back, but I gained a lot of him down there. I've looked around the outside, but he brakes quite early there. Can I undercut him? Not undercut him, just dive underneath from there, switch back, and looks like I'm going to be able to because I've got DRS. Going to use all of my curves by the looks of it. Yes, rich, and lots of curves all the way into this corner. Braking very late, and I managed to make it stick. Missed my apex, but I was more concerned about getting the move done, and there we go then. Move done. Let's have a look behind. There we are then. Move done. That's me into P1 in the race then, so I know to push to try and create a gap because he will be boxing earlier than me once again to get the undercut. He's run very wide there. That'll cost him a lot of time. So yes, just need to push now because I know I've got better tyres and he will almost certainly get the undercut on me. Again, a little bit deep there. They're all over the curb. Don't want to be doing that. That was a sweet line through there. And again, pretty sweet through there. Much better grip now without the dirty air. And look at that big gap already. Already probably outside the DRS zone. A little bit wider than I'd like again. And I am indeed 1.2 seconds then, so I'll take that any day of the week. Nice big gaps. So as I said, just push. Well, I was boxing on lap 15, wasn't I? So you'll probably box on lap 13 or 14. Shouldn't box this lap though. So that will give me at least 1 lap on these fresher tyres to push and try and get a big gap to him. We'll see how that goes. And so then go from lap 13. The 1.7 gap, 1.8 gap more or less to lap 15 then. So I'm again sticking to my pit strategy, sticking hard and fast to it. And I can tell you Kifler boxed 1 lap before that. So he boxed on lap 14. And I just decided to stick to my strategy. So hopefully I'll still be ahead of him, but it's going to be very close. And I have been pushing. I think I was on Rich for a little while as well, down a couple of straights maybe. Just to push. Making sure it's going to give me prime tyres there. So this is the second stop. We've got 1 more yet to go after this one. Hopefully a 3-second stop. Movement 1 good enough. And where is Kifler then? I can't have him just passing me. He must be coming around the final corner now, so I should be ahead of him then. Managed to get good enough gap to stay ahead of him. Or did I? Yes, miles ahead of him. No worries whatsoever. And we'll wait to the end of sector 1 to get a gap. And it's Firkin in the lead at the moment. But not actually all that far off him, so he's not really a contender unless he goes for a 2-stop. But I don't think that's possible in this track, so Kifler behind then. So still a little gap as well. He's not right behind me, is he? So now again, just trying to not push too hard. Need to try and conserve his tyres since the beginning of the stint, but I do need to see what I can do. And 8.9 seconds to the car ahead, 1.8 to the car behind then. And so only 1.8, so I need to try and avoid his DRS if I can. His DRS detection. And you can see me starting to push a little bit now. Now the tyres up to temperature. But also still just trying to get used to the grip these tyres are giving me. Because of course I've just been on very worn tyres. Oh, got the curb on the outside, they don't want to be doing that. And that was sweet. That's almost full throttle already, that one. And 7.2 to the car, 1.9 to the car behind. So I've managed to extend the gap a little bit. So I can tell you then, we're virtually at the end of the stint now. Just 2 more laps to go. And Kifler pushed me very, very hard. Even though I picked 1 lap later than him, so I theoretically have better tyres again. I managed to get the gap all the way out to, I think it was 2.7 seconds. So he's just started to pull me in again here. And I've really had to pull out qualifying laps that entire stint. I don't want to show the whole stint because it's a bit boring. It's just me driving around. But really, I pushed so hard. Just trying to maintain that over 1 second above him and trying to pull away for this final stint. Because I know this is the stint that's really going to make the race. If he's right on me coming to these final stops, he might be able to get me. If not, then maybe not. 2.5 seconds still at the moment, so all over the curb there. And I'm showing you these 2 laps just to show you what this stint's been like for me. Just on the limit, all the way. And even though these tyres are really quite worn now, it's still just push in all the corners. Can't leave any on the table. Being a little bit more cautious now perhaps than I was, just because the tyres are more worn. Oh, bit of wheel spin there. 2.4 seconds, he's closing me down. And nice sweet line through there. Pretty sweet exit as well. On the final corner then. So we'll box next lap. And I think Kifler boxes the same lap as me, does he? Looks like he has come around again, so we'll box on the same lap then, because I will box this lap and so will he. And at 2.3 seconds, he's still closing me down then. So particularly in this in-lap, I need to push very hard to make sure I can maintain a half-decent gap. To make sure that I can then maintain that gap to the end. I don't want him being right on me come the end of the pits. And NJ tells me he's on full rev, just like I was then. Just to try and get a bit of a gap. And look at this rubber in line now. Shouldn't have any worries about tyre wear towards the end. And going to go to standard again. And that was pretty sweet through there. Of course, pushing, but trying not to cut or extend either. 2.2 seconds now, so he's closed me down even further. He's a couple of tenths per sector at the moment. So he won't be on me before the pits. But he'll be a lot closer. Oh, a bit too deep there, all over the curb. A little bit wider than I like there. KLA managed to do a fast lap. Glowicki, 18.5. So only 4 tenths up on what I did at the beginning of the stint. So can certainly beat that, I think. And that was a pretty sweet line through there. And what's the gap now? 2.3, so I managed to maintain it through that middle sector by pushing. I still lost 4.5 tenths of my previous. That's how badly the tyres have gone off. And so this is it then. And now we'll peel into the pits. And there we are. So managed to maintain a nice gap to Kifler there. He does indeed box on the same lap. Nice gap to Kifler. So now I've already attacked that pit entry, and I can tell you it was in my mind to absolutely attack both the pit entry and the pit exit, to really push, and just, even if it's only a couple of tenths, that will certainly help me because of how hard Kifler pushed me there. With this stint advantage I had in the first stint, or the second stint rather, I thought that middle stint would be easy and I could pull away from him, but it really wasn't like that at all. He pushed me so hard. You can see just really attacking the track even on this pit exit. Just correcting the steering multiple times. Just try and get as much as I can. And what was it before we came in? 2.3, wasn't it? In the end of the second sector. Before we pit. So the end of the first sector after we pit. Looks like it's certainly come out more than that, doesn't it? So here we go then. Oh, that was sweet through there. 2.3 seconds is now 3.3. So that is what you get by attacking the pit lane a whole second. And that is so hard to get on the track. Unless he made a mistake, either on his out lap or his in lap at the end there or the beginning. Then maybe that would explain some of that. But you see, just me pushing again. I know now this is the time to push and try and basically kill his spirits. You know, if he's 6 seconds behind with 2 laps left to go, he probably won't bother pushing. If he's only a couple of seconds back, he will push me very hard, and his tyre wear seems to be better than mine. So I know this is the time to push. I've already gained that second in the pit lane, and so certainly worth pushing there. Didn't make any mistakes either. And now I'm just really pushing. to try and extend that gap as much as possible. Bit of curves here as well. So it was 3.3, maintained at 3.3 in that middle sector. And I'm actually on -1 now, so I need to try and start managing fuel. 3.5 then, so I managed to get further, another couple of tenths out. And still going to continue pushing then. Because like I said, I don't think tyre wear is going to be an issue in this final stint because of the amount the track's rubbered up. Shouldn't be a problem at all. A little bit wide there, but we'll get away with that. Just have to correct the steering ever so slightly. And what was it, 3.5 seconds? It will now be, that's a purple first sector, and that was sweet through there. Lots and lots of speed I carried through there. 3.5 still, so he still pushed me quite hard. But it seemed to be the final stint, the final sector I was gaining some. I'm actually on lean now, so I'm on optimal. That's quite hard to say. On optimal, so I should be saving some fuel. So if I can maintain the gap while saving fuel, I'll be very happy with that. 3.5 it was. That was sweet through there as well. I'm not sure that was full throttle. Wouldn't far off it, that's for sure. Turning a bit too early there, but we'll get away with that. Didn't cut or extend there. 3.6, so another tenth. Just a tenth here and there. That's what I need. That'll do. Because he'll be doing the same to me, I expect, at the end with his slightly better tyre wear. Taking lots and lots of speed through there. And new purple lap then, 17.9. Very, very good lap. Let's Skipper beat it though. No, he got 3.7, lost another tenth in that final sector then. So we skip ahead now with just 2 laps left to go. I can tell you I managed to get the gap all the way out to, I think it's about 5 seconds. And, well, there or thereabouts, 4 point something I think it was. So I got it up quite a bit. But he's now started to close me back in again, down to 3.3 seconds in. So pretty much what we left it at. And again, as I thought was happening, he's now closing me down at the end here. So we've got 2 laps left to go. He needs to be over a second lap faster than me, so I should still have it in the bag. But we'll see. And certainly been a much, much stronger race. I worked it out. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll already know this. When I did this race, I worked it out compared to last season when, of course, Onage just... Well, I actually won the race, but only because Onage had a crash in the first corner. But I was about 6 or 8 tenths off in quali. Long, long way off, which is traditional on this track. Yeah, worked out this season I was about 6 tenths per lap on every single lap faster. So roughly about 6 tenths faster in quali, and then 6 tenths per lap faster during every lap of the race. So that's a lot of time. I think it's something like 20 seconds over the whole distance of the race I gained. So a lot of time I am faster on this track now, and 2.8 seconds. So he's gained huge amounts to me in that middle sector, half a second in the middle sector alone. But still, it needs to be over 2 seconds quicker than me on this final lap, so I still should be okay. My tyres aren't going to go off. But yes, the last race, last season I did win it, but that was because, of course, like I said, Onage crashed, and he was certainly faster than me. This race has been all about pure pace, and I managed to stay at the front. So at the front, did not expect to be able to do that. 2.5 seconds he needs to gain on this final lap, which I can't see him doing. So yes, really, really happy with my performance this race. Almost got pole. Very, very close to it, but didn't in the end. But if I can get the race win around the track that, well, it's usually about damage limitation for me. It's usually about, well, hopefully get a podium, score as many points as I can. But actually, as it turns out, I am right on the pace for once on this track. And I just went to Rich there briefly. 2.7 seconds, managed to get the gap out further by going to Rich. Gonna go to lean again in this middle sector. And then probably just stand at the end. All over the curb there. I'm still pushing, not too hard, but just a little bit hard just to make sure that he doesn't get too close to me. Oh, a little wide there though, bit of oversteer. And it's easy for like that sort of oversteer moment to catch you out. Because, you know, especially towards the end of these races, you stop pushing so much. I'm just going to go to lean to the end now at 2.3 seconds in 1 sector. He's not going to get that unless I make a mistake. But yes, it's so easy for those little moments just to catch you out when you start to relax. And this is the end. That's it. Just get it to the finish, and you're just not as wide-eyed as you are in the middle of the race when you're really attentive. And I see lots of you see what that means to me to win at this track. Lots of swerving. Really, really happy to take that win there. As I said, usually this race is damage limitation for me. 1.8 seconds at the end. That'll do me. And also a fastest lap of the race, is it? Yes, it is just about to Granu. So fastest lap of the race. And a 2-second lead and a 16 seconds to the nearest guy then. So a lot of time. But as I said, I will definitely take that considering this track is usually damage limitation. So to take a win there, gain a further 7 points on Kifler. I will certainly take that. 43 points is now the gap then. And, well, as I commentate this, we've just had a 2-week break and Spa is in just a couple of days. So, in fact, Spa's tomorrow as I'm commentating this. So, it's we have had a 2-week break, but that is now over because I'm so behind with these videos. But I am now fully caught up. And I do plan on doing a previously on for the Spa race, because I don't know if you remember, but last season's Spa race was really good race, probably the best league race I've ever been in. So I'm hoping to do kind of a brief highlights of that to remind you of how good it was, and then we'll have the Spa race hopefully, well, hopefully in a few days as you're watching this. That's about it then. So I hope I can get another win at Spa, because I do like that track, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.